honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.
What kind of hack motherfuckers am I sitting with? No, I'm just kidding.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Balls Deep podcast. I am your host, Kyle Balls, professional porn producer. To my right is my right-hand man, Wayne.
Kane?
Yeah. We're going to go with that.
Yeah.
He's getting into the game, so he's got a last name now.
Yeah.
He runs these and makes me look somewhat good, so I appreciate him for it. And to my left is basically my new co-host, one of my best friends.
We're in Orlando now.
Yeah, so Dirty Dan.
Thank you. There we go. Thank you, baby Jesus. 8 pounds, 3 ounces.
Dan's been doing some stuff like as far as like being in the vlogs and everything lately, and we thought we probably should do a podcast to explain who he is because,
like, who's that new guy?
yeah, we didn't really.
Who the
We were
fuck,
just
why
like
is he there?
Dan just showed. Yeah, like what did Dan do to get on
He's
the podcast?
like the Wilson with his nose over the fence. What the fuck he talking for?
I've been trying to get on that show for years.
Yeah, right. So we figured we would just do a podcast, kind of just saying, hey, this is Dan, and giving a little bit of the backstory between us and everything. So. For guys who are watching on Instagram right now, I just went live. There are no hot chicks in the studio today. Sorry. It's just me. So, but if you guys have questions for me about the business or how stuff works, let me know. Today's going to be the day we can kind of answer that. Me and Dan are probably going to tell stories and talk about business and stuff like that. But if you guys have something you want to know, feel free to ask, and I will try to answer it on here.
Speaking of which, how exactly is it you want to do that? Do you want to do like backstory first, or you guys want to go from where you guys met to? I mean, because you guys met
once upon a time.
I know what's coming.
You know, I kind of said it earlier. It was like once upon a time, we all worked at a little whorehouse under the bridges called Little Dumplings. You know,
or Little Dumpsters.
Yeah, right. I think that's where all of us congregated at one time. You know, and I had worked with Kyle previously at other clubs at Deja Vu, and we
sorry,
Cottonmouth.
Yeah,
what kind of hack motherfuckers are we working here with?
Yeah, right. I think technically it was 2006 when we met. I was forced to go to a security meeting. We had to be trained to be professional bouncers.
Oh, that's right. Huh?
We had to be certified.
PPSO cards or something like
that
that?
was a PPO
That's
or
it,
something
yeah,
like
the
that.
PPSO. It's,
proprietary property security.
Proprietary personal security officer or something like that.
PPSO card or something. So just something stupid in
At least
California.
they didn't make us pay for it.
And
Deja Vu did.
that's the first time I met Dan was at that. We all worked for Deja Vu, but at the time in San Diego, there were 5 Deja Vu owned strip clubs. So he worked at a different club. And we actually met at that meeting. I don't really know how much we talked, but that's, I think, technically where we met.
I think everybody didn't like me because I kept laughing that they didn't want no physical shit. And I was
to revisit this whole thing again.
I came from a club where you had to kind of do some shit, you know, so they're talking about you can't touch me. I'm like, how the fuck you run a club doing that shit? All right.
Yeah.
You know? So I think everybody got tired of me talking on that one. But I always remember my memory of Kyle, he came up, I was working at Kearney, and this little tall, slender guy wearing a fucking turtleneck comes like, they haven't fired your ass yet? And I fucking literally got fired like a week later. So I was like, son of a bitch, that motherfucker jinxed me.
Wow.
You know?
Nice.
At a golf tournament, a fundraiser, Deja Vu fucking golf tournament. Like, what the hell?
To be clear, guys, the Deja Vu company elsewhere might have been run properly, but in San Diego, it was a clusterfuck. Like, you weren't even like a real Deja Vu employee till you had been fired from one club.
Say you get fired, go to the next one. Get fired, go to the next one. It's all the same fucking people the last 20 years.
Yeah.
You know,
you
just
get
playing
caught
a
stealing
merry-go-round.
whatever. You were fired for a month, and then the next Deja Vu in town would hire you because of your experience. So that was really what I meant that day, was kind of cracking a joke with them, because we're all destined to get fired when you work for that company. And it just turned out that a week later he got fired. And the worst part was they promoted me / transferred me to take his job.
He took my shifts. I'm like, that motherfucker talking shit and took my shifts. Shit.
He probably would have had a real problem with me had I been at that golf tournament, but I actually wasn't there when he got fired, so that's probably the only way he didn't think I set him up or something.
Bullshit, by the way. It's like, damn, Danny, how you get fired on your day off? What the fuck?
Right? Yeah. Fuck, you gonna get fired.
Got fired on his day off.
I
So
sure the fuck did. I waited a long time, man. I worked daytimes at a strip club over a fucking year to work nights and got fired on my day off.
So
At a charity event.
Yeah, at a charity event.
Yeah.
The way Dan got fired, 5 clubs, each club's probably got 20 to 30 if they average it out employees, if you include the waitresses and everything, and each club probably averages 40 to 30 to 50 dancers. So when he got fired, his story spread like wildfire, and we all heard about it, and it was epic for him to
It was a complete telephone game, from what really happened to what people were telling me. I was like, holy shit, who told you that? It's not actually what happened, but from so many rumors and so many people fucking talking about it, it got to the point where I went crazy and got a gun out of my trunk and was about to shoot people and fucking, like, what the hell? Didn't do none of that. What the fuck?
So Dan gets fired. This is probably 2007, and I think you went and ran other clubs for a while. Like,
Yeah,
you weren't
that's
out
what
the
I went
business,
to.
but you
I
were
went to
with
Club V.
non-Deja Vu owned clubs
Yeah.
for a while. So I didn't see
Private
Dan.
owner.
Didn't hear from Dan. Like I said, I knew him. We were casual acquaintances. Like, I wouldn't say we were like friends or anything. It was just, he was cool. He worked at another club, and at that time there was also a lot of industry club courtesy. You're always kind of polite to the other strip club people, and especially if they work for the same company. But a couple years later, I went from working some of the better clubs in town to being banished to the, sweetest little whorehouse in Lemon Grove.
Banished. Yeah.
That was how I felt, dude. I was one of the big dogs at Midway, and all of a sudden I'm fucking working the door at Little Darlings, and through some hilarious stories and everything like that, people got let go or whatever, and I'm on the weekends, and my weekend partner, his name's Josh, funny guy.
Gargamel.
He transfers to another club, and we need to fill someone in, and the next night Dan showed up. Someone had
God
called
bless
him.
Deanna.
Yeah, thank you,
to
Deanna.
Kyle's podcast. She's got me hired twice. I've always had love for Deanna, but she called me up and I was like, I'm banned from Deja Vu. She's like, let me call you back. I'll see if I can fix that. And yeah, she got me in. They kind of forgot about it and let me work there again. I was like, do I gotta bring guns? That's fucking Little Darlings. Like, what the fuck? Place is hood, right?
Yeah. So then 2010 comes around.
Yeah, she let me pick my shifts.
Yeah.
When I started, I was like, you're the asshole that fucking jinxed me.
There was like that first couple minutes when he walked in where we kind of looked at each other like, where do we know you from? Like, and it's.
I'll never forget the turtleneck. My mom used to make me fucking wear them in middle school, so it's like lifetime scarred of fucking turtlenecks. When you're fat and you have a little chunky kid and they fold forward in the front, looking like a pitcher of water. But yeah, fucking calling this turtleneck.
So that's when the fun began, because I don't know, when you get banished to Little Darlings, you don't care as much.
Right? I just kind of went there to sell weed. I was like, it's a fucking hood club. At the time, I kind of was the weed man. I was Dante. What kind of weed does Dante have?
We were both in the pharmaceutical game at the time, and we were making pretty good money. Plus, we were making tips at the club. So all in all, it was a fun run and a lot of crazy shit that happened over the I got there in 2010. I got fired in 2015. So it was 5 years of chaos and fun and
good times.
Bad employees.
I think I did every job at that place. I was the tour guy, I was the DJ, the manager, fucking
bartender,
maintenance guy. I think I was the waitress, fucking doorman, fucking. I did everything there. I was the lamest floor walker when Kyle was the GM. Fuck.
Everybody there was the worst version of themselves when Kyle was the GM.
I just literally would show up like fucking 3-4 hours late, fall asleep in a booth, and then wake up to collect my tips at the end of the night. We were like, what the fuck am I tipping Dan for? Were you even here all night? And I was like, I was.
Yeah,
of course.
I was watching your dances the whole time.
You didn't see me? I was back there.
I don't remember.
Kyle, he was a nice dude.
Yeah, I have a
devout
loyalty to my friends. I don't have too many of them, but So
Yeah, he should have fired my ass 100 times over, you know. I had a softball team that we were just fucking wrecking people and went on a streak. So championships would be when the sun went down and it'd be 2 hours away. So I wouldn't get to work until midnight and it was open until 4 and I'd be so fucking tired. I'd sleep till 3 and literally just get up when girls are leaving to collect my tips like a fucking asshole. But they still tip me and it happened for a minute. So kind of like, fuck.
I think you sold weed one time while you were sleeping.
Maybe.
Like girls knew to reach in the left pocket
Right.
for
the mogwai.
like,
I had the fucking
dime bag, and then
bag.
they'd slip the money in their shirt pocket.
Yeah, it's like a little dispenser.
The function bag. Yeah, I had the
you.
function bag. We just out here trying to function. We had the little mogwai bag that I'd bring all the sacks there.
So not surprising you all that we were at a club that got raided, but you know.
Right. I made more money selling weed at that place than I did tips for a long time. You know.
Yeah, it was. Just girls would come into the office sometimes, like new girls who hadn't met Dan yet. And they're like, you know, one of your guys is asleep in the booth. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Then they fucked up and gave me the DJ mic. You know, that was kind of fun for a while. They let me DJ at nights, and holy shit, getting to talk trash to a bunch of fucking dudes in a hood strip club was fun. There wasn't no expectations or nobody there telling you can't say that. So, you know, kind of ran with that shit.
Yeah, we all of our DJs actually.
Right.
At real clubs they would have fired us, but at this strip club nobody cared and the stuff.
Yeah, I told this story a whole bunch of times about how I had a bachelor party like run up on me at the DJ booth, like trying to want to fight and shit, saying I fucked up their whole party and, you know, they didn't want that kind of roast. I was like, hey, it's a stage roast, you dumb fuck. You paid for that. Like,
You want?
get the fuck out of my face, man, just because you didn't know the extent I would take the
Yeah.
fucking insults.
You think I was going to
You know,
tickle your balls? and
Right?
fucking
You think this is
tell
going
you how
to be a
beautiful you are?
PG-13? It's a fucking hood strip club, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to get roasted. No shame status. So, yeah, that was fun as a DJ. But then it sucks when you're like, you have a fucking floor walker outside drinking 40s on the porch and then nobody grabbing girls to get on stage and then you fucking like, damn it, you know? But I couldn't really complain because I was the asshole sleeping for a lot of years too. So, you know, we all took our turns.
Yeah,
being
we all
assholes.
did. Yeah, we all had our part. Yeah.
Right? Wayne's pulling girls off my shifts to fuck them in the parking lot. You know, I'm gonna have to borrow her for a second. You know, Kyle showing me a video. Hey, check this one out. And I was like, oh, that explains why she's been talking shit all night. You know, unwarranted. I just saw you sucking pecker. That a girl.
That was the cue at the strip club. You could always tell who was actually fucking me because I never wanted to get caught fucking the manager. So they'd always be the biggest ones talking shit. Like, I don't know. I don't like Kyle. He's kind of a dick. And then they're in there like, ooh, baby, how you doing?
Right? I didn't fucking suck his dick. I was like, I didn't ask you if you did. I mean, kind of got like a guilty conscience, right? What the fuck are you telling me that for? You know, like randomly just, I didn't suck Kyle's dick.
Nobody
You know.
asked. Nobody.
And then later on, Kyle's like, hey, come here, look at this.
Check this out.
Check this one out. I'm like, go figure, you know, that bitch had a way guilty conscience. I thought it was pretty funny, you know. It was entertaining. We all had our own pirate ways that we're. It's like a fucking pirate ship, I always called it, because everybody was like their own personal pirate doing their own shit. You know, it's like a fucking so many people doing so many different things. It was just kind of not really somebody controlling the whole thing at the wheel. It was just a floating ship in the ocean that just fucking like a Hungry Hippo game. How can you get your own shit here, you know? Thank you, Deja Vu, for supplying the little whorehouse under the bridges. You know,
Yes, actually, thank you. Thank you,
was
Harry
good-
Money.
It was fucking good
for giving-
memories.
That little tax write-off under the bridge that treated me so well for so many years. I am very seriously considering a trip back just to go in there one last time, dude.
I did. I had to.
Yeah.
Even when nobody knew who I was, but I just wanted to go check out the VIP I built.
But, I was still there, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see
I was
girls
surprised.
posted pictures from in there with, from the mirrors above and stuff.
Yeah, I
Ain't no
was-
other club that has that shit.
Man, I was surprised. I'm like, it's still holding up strong.
Yeah.
But I actually I took out the bottoms of the couches. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I took it out and put like straps. Like I cut fucking straps and screwed them in for, excessive use.
Yeah.
So they kind of held up. Not bad. I was surprised.
Oh, so when you say you took out the bottom, like there's no springs or anything. You made like a bungee.
I made straps.
Like a strap.
Yeah,
okay.
I woved in like straps, like toe straps.
Yeah, toe straps, towing
Yeah.
straps, yeah.
And I screwed them in. Not no staples that you get the
Yeah.
chintzy little shit. Yeah, I screwed in stuff on the bottom. So,
I'm actually not that busy for the most part, guys. I got a lot of help these days. So
Hey, Kyle's spoiled as fuck.
yeah. Maybe we get our businesses up and running in the next few months. I'll be busy, but
Yeah, I expect in the next couple months we're all going to be like running like fucking gophers constantly.
Yeah, buddy.
And that's one reason I wanted to get my license back.
But if you guys trying to tell a story, about why old fucking, Dirty Dan's out here in Florida, me and Kyle had a little farm thing going, so we were pretty cool for a minute. Didn't talk to him for a while, and he actually extended. Once he started going with the West Coast All Stars, he asked me to make shirts for him. Like, hey, if you want to make some money doing fucking printing and shit,
West Coast All Stars.
Yeah,
Sorry, I just caught that. Like,
I actually used to tell people that when I lived in Alabama.
I know
Is that not what it's called?
Oh no.
Sorry, I never actually told you that.
No, what is it called?
Okay, story time. So the original name of the company, because I was going to be shooting amateur strippers, was Wild Crazy Amateurs.
Oh fuck, I'm out of it then.
Yeah, and
why I would stick with that.
Well,
Fuck the West Coast.
problem was I kept working with professionals who weren't amateurs, so the name didn't apply, and I don't have a creative bone in my body, so I was like WCA, and people, that's one of the biggest questions I get asked, what's WCA mean? And I'll tell them Wild Crazy Amateurs, but didn't really apply, so that's why the business email still Wild Crazy Amateurs and stuff like that.
Wow, so not West Coast All Stars.
But I would just have WCA on my hat and stuff like that when I started going with that brand. But when I lived in Alabama in the Bible Belt, I couldn't say Wild Crazy Amateurs. Not that they would know it was porn, but they would just sound kind of dirty. Mm-hmm. So I would just say, it's West Coast All Stars.
All right.
Yeah, and that was kind of
probably just shut them down. They didn't want to know anything else after that.
No, they didn't really. It was just, that's interesting. But everybody would say, what's WCA Productions mean when I'm in line at the grocery store or something like that?
Yeah.
Sorry. I never get cool questions like this. Kyle, what are your thoughts on China moving their troops to Taiwan? Worries me a lot. Sorry, I have to go on this rant for a second. I don't think they're going to. I think Taiwan would fuck them up so bad that by the time they took Taiwan, most of the world would be laughing at them, kind of like how we're laughing at Russia for getting their asses kicked by Ukraine. There's a lot of logistics issues that goes into them trying to take Taiwan that people don't really take into account. So I think they'll posture and make a lot of noise and everything like that, and especially now that the president's kind of said we're going to back Taiwan, now China would have to scrap with us, and they got that shiny navy that we would put on the bottom of the ocean. So I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle, there hasn't been any updates on the merch. Any chance of getting some of
Yes,
these shirts?
it's getting closer.
So that's the
I'll
guy.
give you that.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah, we're getting there. Actually, this next week, hopefully we'll have some shit in the mail. Fucking
So
with
hopefully,
Kyle's logo.
shirts coming soon, guys. Once we do, we'll find a way to post them on a website and have them for sale. So hang in there a little bit longer. Trust me. Once I can start selling them to you, I will tell everybody all the time. It will probably be in the Pornhub trailers that annoy so many of you.
Yeah. They're going to be like, well, where's all the merch? Well, it's in the places you don't fucking look because it annoys you so much.
Merch. If you guys can see Wayne's shirt, you can see it on the other camera, huh?
Titties.
It's a fucking beautiful shirt.
Well, yeah.
Just a shirt covered in titties. I'd show Instagram, but we'd probably get in trouble for that.
Titties.
Yeah, probably, huh?
It's a beautiful shirt, sir.
And thank you
like
very
it.
much. Yes, I got this for specifically for a shoot of some kind. I was going to bust it out and see whatever. It's not like I'm wearing this to Disney.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Then we'll get kicked out for that.
It's awesome.
I don't even know
Got
if I'd wear it to
choose
Universal.
today. That's great. It's fucking great.
But yeah. So hopefully in the next few months, guys, we'll be getting super busy with the merch. Did we talk about the club?
Negative.
No, we haven't.
I started kind of talking about how
we got coming here.
Gotcha.
Kyle reached out, tried to get me to do some merch for him and shit, and I didn't at the time. I was working at a club doing some other shit. And then I remember he bought me a plane ticket to go to Vegas and come talk to him in person, and came talk to him and chopped it up for a while, and then he paid for me to go to Miami to the ED Awards for the strip club conventions. Go check some shit out, and just kept talking, and it led to coming out here to Orlando a few times and moving my family. So kind of been a pretty cool little story on sold my house, bet on myself, moved my 4 kids, my family out to Florida to come out here and join forces with old Mr. Kyle Balls right here and start a strip club. I do strippers, and it's a great game for me. I fucking absolutely love strippers like no other, and I'm pretty good at the game, and came out here to also be around somebody that's motivated. A lot of people in the world are not motivated and driven and believe that they can win on a certain level. So for me coming out here, that was like another big thing for me, being around somebody that's used to making good money or absolutely believes that they can reach that next level in life, So that was kind of one of the reasons, big factor in me coming out here.
You're right on the finding people who are motivated these days, and that's not even like talking as a boss, just in general. Like,
yeah,
I'm lazy now, and I'm bougie. You can ask these two; they make fun of me for it quite often.
Yeah,
but but before I got that way, like, I mean, I was making, I was working 60 hours a week delivering pizzas for Domino's, whilst at the same time started making good money doing porn, living in a fucking trailer in Alabama. Like, I fucking worked my ass off for years to get to where I'm at now. Yeah. So, I mean,
Kyle definitely has the ability to grind. That's for sure.
When I have to, I do.
His hands in a lot of different cookie jars, too.
When I don't have to, I don't. Right. But yeah, dude, I'm fucking, like, so yeah, here, for anybody who's watching on the live and then obviously the podcast later on, if all goes well, hopefully within the next few months, get a strip club up and running in Orlando. I mean, there'll be hurdles. Might be a little bit longer on the delays, but
it's going down.
Yeah, it's been the dream. It's going to happen.
Going down.
Timeline is a timeline, but it's going to happen. It's not when. It's just it is when.
Yeah, I think all of us has experienced working for people that just fucking, that.
Let's put it mildly.
Right? It'd just be so beautiful to not have no haters, no narcissistic motherfuckers, just nobody hanging over us to try to do this shit, So it'd be a really good feeling to be able to start a club, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of thankful ass girls that get to work for some people that are cool as fuck, No weird predator shit, no, just a bunch of dudes that care about them winning, we win, and building the brand.
Yeah, you say that you're giving the spiel of selling the dream to them right after we just got done telling them how we used to fucking pull girls out of the parking lot, fucking fuck them in the office. But no, you know what? Not at our club.
That was when we were young lads. Yeah. Now I'm an old fucking dad, so that's kind of a different story,
Probably the biggest thing is, like, on the one hand, we could go back and forth with this, but on the one hand, all of us thank Deja Vu for giving us our start.
Harry's the man.
So you got to thank the owner of Deja Vu for doing what he did, building that brand and everything. But on the other hand, we can attack the regional managers of Deja Vu who got to run their territories the way they saw fit, and our managers tended to be pretty shitty.
You had to lick ballsack. Yeah, if you weren't a dude that liked to kiss fucking ass and a yes sir, you weren't moving up the chain of Deja Vu.
Yeah, and then our Deja Vu, the regional manager for Deja Vu that we had, didn't believe in decent employee compensation, raises, stuff like that. So, thankful for the owner for creating the brand. But when it came to the bosses, it was like, oh, fuck you. I'm going to rob you blind. Like, I'm not, you can't date the girls. Watch me. You can't do this. You can't do that. No fighting in the parking lot. I watched Dan punch through car windows. Like, so. Yeah, so that was that. Yeah, that's kind of where we go back.
It would have been a whole lot cooler
confusing.
on that car window if I would have knocked him out through the window. Would have been super dope. But I just kind of hit him. He leaned into the passenger seat, so I did not get the fucking KO on that one.
Saw Dan flying in like the flashes.
Sucked. The cops came and tried to tell me they would have to arrest me for vandalism if they arrested the dude that he kind of ran over a fucking military guy. It sucked. This cab driver used the bathroom, took a dude's phone that fucking left it in the bathroom, got in his car, left, told him he needed to give him $100 to give him his phone back. He comes back with the phone. The guy tries to give him $100. The cabbie tries to take the dude's fucking money and his phone again, and his arm hooks onto the seatbelt somehow.
I think I got to jump you on that right there. I thought I remember the guys were like, I feel like I remember talking to those guys, the guy who got drug and everything, and he was asking about it, and I think I even was
faded.
Like, no, but I even think I remember saying, like, just act like you're gonna give him $100 and steal the phone back. He ain't gonna get shit.
He was asking all of us what to do.
Yeah,
that's right.
I think that's what I said. Like, fuck him. We can't do it. We're on the clock and there's cameras everywhere. But fuck, he stole your phone. Ain't nobody really gonna do it. I did not think the cabbie would peel. I figured the cabbie would just give the phone up and cry and run away.
No.
I didn't think, but nope. So
looped him up, and we had a place where kind of the parking lot went up a little hill. So the dude got dragged up the hill, and he kind of fell off at the top when the dude was doing a U-turn to go around, and it really looked like the motherfucker ran over the dude's head.
Yeah.
Like
looked like the cabbie had run the guy over.
Yeah. So I fucking
so Dan brought down Thor's hammer.
We were trying to KO that bitch right through the window, but yeah, that was a funny night. The cops came and they're like, okay, who's bleeding? My arm was leaking just from the whiplash from the arm hitting in the window that broke, So when the car was moving, it kind of scraped my arm all the way down and, fucked my arm up pretty good.
Yeah. So that was
Another night at Little Dumplings.
Right.
It was going down.
That was another one. I think that was like a Thursday.
Yeah, and I think I was a DJ at that time, too. So we're like, why the fuck are you doing that? You're the DJ, bro. You're not even the door guy. What are you doing?
He saw injustice and he had to step in.
Yeah, military. I'm a proud fucking American. There's no way. Like, fuck that. And I was even more pissed that they were like totally not listening to the guy that got his phone because he's faded. And they're like going on a side with, I think, the dude that didn't even have like a fucking green card to be here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's a military dude for our country, and you're like siding with the guy that fucking tried to steal from him. It's not even it was crazy to me. Fucking crazy. But hey, Lemon Grove Sheriffs. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that club had their own little sheriffs. It wasn't the police, so that little county had their own little fucking dudes that like to drive through the parking lot sometimes. One of them caught me smoking a blunt. I lit up a blunt, and one of them that, thank God I offered this dude water sometimes, but I literally lit it and was smoking at a stoplight, and he was behind me the whole time. Go to pull onto a freeway, and he's like, "Are you fucking stupid? Like, you a fucking dumbass?" And actually got lucky. He made me go to the next exit and kind of leave my car right there and walk home. He's like, "This car better be here and fucking overnight. Come get it tomorrow." And I had to walk to my house. He let me go.
So I was actually managing the night that happened, and I can't say the girl's name, but I thought I was going to get a blowjob in the office, and I was kind of excited. And
kind of.
She's going to lick my balls.
Well, I don't expect either one of you to say her name, so I don't cause any drama. But since she's a celebrity in the industry now. It didn't happen because Dan went flying through a window, but I fucking pulled my pants. I was like, "God damn it!" I had to run back out there. The moment was ruined. The moment was ruined.
Cock blocked.
Yeah.
No for you, Kyle. Not today.
Yep.
And he said, "Now look what happened, motherfucker. I could have prime footage." Damn it.
There was another time. It was back when I was dating Andrea. You know how they had the shelves in the office, and they were kind of like they had lower hanging shelves that if you were a girl getting fucked bent over the desk doggy style, facing towards where that security monitor used to be.
Probably rocking a little bit.
If you're a girl who's terrified of getting caught, like Andrea was, and Donald just bangs on the door because there's a party bus there, she brought her head up and slammed the back of her head, and she hit it so hard she like collapsed. And pulled my dick out, and it bent at a funny angle. It was like, "Hang on, Donald, I'm coming."
Let me pull up my pants. We had when I worked up at Club V up in Miramar, we always had a running joke that said, "Don't kneel on the red button." You know, it was the red button of a surge protector. So where the DJ was up in the booth, up top in the middle, girls would go behind the VIP, and you couldn't really see them when you're just talking to people. They can get under the desk when you're DJing and fucking licking your balls. But there's a surge protector under there that a few times girls fucking kneeled on, and all the music and everything fucking goes off. You're like, "Oh, shit." And everybody like waits to see on either side of the fucking VIP. Yeah, like, who's coming out? Who's coming out? Who's coming out? Yeah, don't kneel on the red button.
You look up at the DJ, goes, "Shit," falls backwards.
Right? That always sucked when music just stops. You're like, "Oh, fuck. That was a dumb move. Why am I doing that?"
That's like the worst thing that can happen at a strip club is when the music just stops.
Fuck,
and then they put in that system where a lot of times the music just fucking stops.
Over at the last place I was just at, it would stop. There's a few times on like a Friday show club would just stop.
Die.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was
then he blames you. He blamed me. Like I got to it big time with that guy at the. That's why I can't stand him, dude.
Well, we didn't take care of our servers like I think we were supposed to. They'd get overheated, overdusted, and
I took care of our shit though, and he still fucking gave me shit. Yeah, it wasn't about the servers though. Like what was happening with us was just it would cut out. Like everything would still be playing. You know, it'd be good to go. It's just like
sound
just
system would
all of a
cut
sudden
out or something. Yeah.
I'm praying to God that they have like the ability to drag over the girls file and pull a song.
Like he said that they would,
Yeah. So come on.
Yeah.
They
don't care about that shit.
At Kearney Deja Vu.
Get your shit right.
Cindy wants to tell the plunger story. She wants me to tell the plunger story. We'll get to the plunger story. But when Kearney Deja Vu became Expose, did Dino replace the sound system with a button, or did it still have the knob to turn the mic volume up and down?
Everything was replaced.
Okay, yeah. So
he replaced everything.
So there was an on and off button when I was working at Kearney that would turn the microphone on and off, you know, like every other DJ booth ever.
Right.
And then there was a knob for the volume of the microphone.
Okay.
Well, the button broke, It had been broke for a while, like years, I guess, at that point. Deja Vu wouldn't replace the soundboard. So some DJ forever ago kind of figured out the right volume level and put a little mark on the knob on where you turn it to. So a DJ would have to remember to turn it up, start talking, and then turn it back down. And still remember her name, Dimples. Now she's big time on Instagram. I forget her name, but she danced by.
Dimples was still around a little every now and then.
Yeah. Well, now she's Insta famous, but
really,
Kai had the biggest crush in the world on her.
I remember that. Well, I don't remember that specifically, but I remember you telling me about that several times.
So she goes on stage, and he's like, and next up on stage, ladies and gentlemen, is, I think she was dancing by Dimples like that, and he forgot to turn the mic back down. And he looked at me and he was like, I want to fuck her so fucking bad. I can't wait to break my dick off in that pussy and fucking pound her goddamn brains out. And
I'll beat that fucking guts up.
I'm watching, it was a Saturday night, watching the entire crowd turn. And even she was like watching the pole, like on the stage, like looking at what the fuck. And he goes, I'm gonna fucking pound, and my mic is on. Just instantly back into DJ voice after he confessed what he wanted to do to this poor girl.
That's funny.
So a former employee at Little Darlings commented on there, and she wants me to tell the plunger story.
Well, I mean, is that related to Dan? Not that we shouldn't tell it. It's a great story.
I remember. I'm fucking
were you there,
that
Dan?
story. Yeah, absolutely.
You were? Okay. It seemed like everybody was there but
Hell
me.
yeah.
Well, I remember it was a night shift. I think it was a Thursday
Big Kevin,
or something
that
like that.
That's fucking kid.
New booty there.
Yeah.
Because I think you were DJing.
Man,
and Justin was floor walking and Kevin was door guy.
I think I might have. I somehow remember telling him, I'm like, dude, get that dude out there. Maybe because I had to take a shit or something. I don't even know. But I remember trying to tell that guy, fucking get that motherfucker.
I figured some of this would be strip club stories just because.
Oh, yeah, totally.
We got both here, so.
No, I remember that for sure.
I don't want to be jumping the gun or whatever. But yeah, it's an off the cuff story.
We'll circle back. So it's a Thursday night.
Story.
We had, like strip clubs often do, we had a bathroom attendant, so you felt fancy. But really, it just felt weird peeing in front of some guy looking at you, waiting for a tip.
And then giving him $1 for watching it. Like, thanks, buddy.
So
he's not a big club to have a bathroom attendant either. Yeah. It's like, the fuck, you got a bathroom attendant in this little teeny fucking, you know.
You have enough place for 40 people to sit, but you got a bathroom attendant. Yeah. So he observes a gentleman go into the one stall we had in the men's room, and then he comes back out a few minutes later, and he asks if the bathroom attendant has any lotion. And the bathroom attendant's like, yeah, right there. And he points, and the guy grabs the lotion and goes back in the bathroom. Now, as a veteran security club bouncer, that usually means he's jerking off. You know, that's typically what's happening. And you usually got to go tell them to put their dick away and, you know, go jerk off elsewhere. And the bathroom attendant was someone who didn't like to get people in trouble, so he wasn't going to say anything. But he watched this guy's feet, and
was it Daniel that time?
It might have been Daniel, but he saw all the guy's clothes come off.
Yeah,
and that's when he came and got me.
He thought something's amiss.
I remember the dude folded them.
Yep.
I remember he folded his fucking clothes.
So he didn't just put on some piano music and light a candle.
So
yeah.
Justin is the floor guy. Me and Justin had started working together in 2005. So at this point, it's like 2013, 14. Justin's got experience, you know. And we've got a new guy who technically ended up playing in the NFL. So, you know. But at this time, I think he was 18. And
yeah, big ass kid.
Big Kevin. Sure. And he's a rookie, brand new. Hadn't been doing it long, especially on nights. So I tell Justin, well, let's go yell at the guy in the bathroom. And honestly, I love Justin. He could be a little immature. So even though I was a manager, I was like, I will go as well to make sure Justin is training Kevin correctly. So I get to the stall, and I've got Justin and Kevin behind me. And it's a bathroom stall. I'm 6'5". I can stand on my tippy toes and just look over. And it's not like I hadn't caught a million guys jerking off before, so I wasn't really freaked out about it. So I stand up, look over, and I look back down, and they said my face kind of dropped, and I just looked at him for a minute, and it was because I was processing what I saw, so I had to stand up and look over again and look back down. And this gentleman had taken a plunger, suction cupped it to the wall, lubed it up with the lotion, and was throwing his ass back on it. He was fucking himself with the plunger.
Yeah. With no condom on it or nothing. Just kind of dirty plunger in the butt. That's
just
cool.
lubed it up.
Yeah.
And I remember I didn't really know what to do, so I turned to Justin and was like, that's a security issue. You guys need to handle that.
Man.
And they asked the gentleman to leave. He left. and one of his friends came out with him and said he had just recently gotten out of prison and this was all freaking him out. And I wasn't judging. I was just,
I need to go to my safety place. Plunger in the butt. Plunger in the butt. Safe place. Plunger in the butt. What the fuck? No, I always remember the plunger story for sure. I'm like, holy fuck, who sticks a plunger in the wall and pucks it at a strip club? Like, what the fuck?
And I know I probably told this story before, but my favorite part of this whole story, besides obviously that crazy shit that happened, that was on a Thursday. I went out drinking on Monday to another strip club because that was often where I would go, to a club that I knew wouldn't kick us out. And some of the guys were with me. And I sit down at the bar. And the bartender recognizes me, and because we're in the industry too, he's going to give us a free round of drinks. And he checks with the manager, and he starts doing the drinks. The manager walks over and leans in front of the table and goes, "Hey, Kyle, how you been?" We talk for a second. He goes, "Okay, so what's up with the plunger?" And it was just the fact that story had spread all across town that quickly about a guy with a plunger in his butt.
Plunger butt dude.
Yeah, plunger butt dude. Plunger butt dude.
Yeah, he's on the top 10 for sure. Weird shit, you weird motherfucker.
Yeah, right. But there's always.
Sir,
remember that shit.
Pull that plunger out of your ass right now.
What about
I
the
always
guy?
just remembered why'd you fucking fold your clothes, dude? Like, I always thought that was
some convict
maybe
shit right
prison
there.
shit.
Yeah, that was
totally.
convict shit.
I
would imagine.
I didn't even think of it like
Had to
that.
keep your
but
shit
yeah.
maintained and straight. So that was exactly what I thought.
Man.
When I found out, like, it made sense to me.
Maybe he was waiting to shoot out some shit, because I remember he was in like some paper towels too. Like he made like a little nest.
There was some shit going on in there.
Like a nest or whatever he was on, and
Maybe he's a
naked
squirter, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spray a little shit on the wall for you motherfuckers here under the bridges.
And then it was a few days later when I heard about it, and I was working again, and I went in there and was like, nobody bothered to throw away the plunger.
Oh,
So I went and got some gloves, and I threw away the
Right?
plunger.
man.
I think you said it happened on a Thursday. I think it was like Monday when I went in, like, that's fucking plunger.
Ooh, so next time you go to a public bathroom and you see a plunger, think about it. Where the fuck that thing's been?
How many buttholes have been on it?
Oh, yes.
So did you have another story you were bringing up there?
Actually, I was just going to ask Dan about because I wasn't there, but I think he was the remember the guy, the super drunk guy, the guy who used to get super fucked up before he ever showed up at the club. He was the guy he knocked over the Christmas tree. He was one of the guys. They took his clothes and like threw him over a fence.
Oh, and
and
somebody
stuff.
like got him out in the parking lot.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And you got-
There's always a crazy. There's always a fucking one of those guys. Where it's
Yeah.
like that was our guy. You know.
Yeah, he was pissing off some kids, and I think they're just fucking taking clothes off him, and eventually he's just kind of got really close to naked or underwear or something like that. Like, where the fuck are all his clothes? Fuck this dude. This guy, this bit. The kids didn't want to like beat his ass because he was so faded, so they're just like fucking with him. Yeah.
That was some funny shit. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that happened there, man. That was good times.
Yeah, I mean it. Like when I was at that first 5 years of Deja Vu Midway, it was more violent and dangerous there. But those casual funny things just didn't happen as much there. It was either like we almost died or we were bored.
Yeah.
There, I just it happened so many different times. It happened, but I'm pretty sure it was Donald. I might have been out front with Dan, but I thought it was Donald, and just having some young Hispanic guy in the club hanging out. He might have been alone. I think he was alone. I think he came in alone, probably in his mid-20s. And a girl pull up in a fucking beater in front of the club and go like charging passes. And she was as big as Alexis. Like that was her frame. And realized that she's the pregnant girlfriend and he just needed to get away. And she chirping at him the whole way to the car, back to his car. And then I think he was just trying to leave, like, get away from me. I don't want to talk to you. So she like stood in front of the door. So he just took off running.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember him running under the bridge, across the street and down the street. And her chasing him like in like a fucking nightgown or something like that. And it's just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I wish cell phones were better back then.
Yeah.
You know, this is only 2013, but the video quality, like, oh god, today I would have a reality show to release every weekend.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah,
I
off-
wish I
seriously,
would
like,
have
we
filmed
did.
more in the
Yeah.
last couple of years that I was watching dances. I did that guy sucking on the feet, but there's so many times. Oh yeah, I have it on video.
bad.
He
Right
just foot in the whole mouth, fucking. Yeah, and he pays to do it. And he looked like a bum. It's like, how are you even paying for a VIP, bro?
some raunchy ass stripper toes.
Yeah, towards the end, I remember at Little D's, I'll never forget. I was like, when I first started and first was a floor walker, there was I won't even say her name to blast her like that, but there's like, I'd be watching dances and she'd just be piping dick. And I was like, damn, she's pretty good, you know? How long do I watch before it's like weird, you know? Like, I know it's my job to not stop this and all, but fuck, she's going to town. Like, how much does the guy pay for that service? Like, fuck.
Is there an employee discount would have been my first question.
Right? I'm like, oh, wait a second. I don't know if she's allowed to do that. Let's, what's your tips good, you know? That's the shitty part of strip clubs, you know? Right, 1,000 ways to make money, and everybody has a different way to make money.
There's that's the two things that would happen to you when you work security at a strip club. You catch a girl doing something dirty, and you're like, "That's kind of hot." Oh wait, I'm supposed to stop that.
Right.
Or it's just you're not prepared for it. You don't see it coming. You're just mentally not thinking about it, and a fight breaks out. And there's like a half a second to a second delay where you're like, "Oh, that's some crazy shit. Somebody should break that up." Shit,
that's
me.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the first episodes of Life Balls we did out here, we went to Gatorland with Bella, who still does Life Balls with us, and another girl who, when she showed up here, I was like, fuck, I recognize this chick. I'm not 100% sure where. I have to know her from the clubs or something. And then she's a little redheaded chick. And then I heard her voice, and I was like, God damn, I do know this chick somewhere. When we were out at Topgolf, she started talking about how she used to feature dance, and she feature danced in San Diego. And she was at one club, and this little girl, the manager, had to run out of the office because he saw on the camera a girl went to the guy's car, was sucking his dick. He's like, I gotta go. I'm like, that was
you. That's awesome.
Carmen Valentina.
That's great. I remember there was this one.
Carmen, yeah.
There was this one girl, I always remember this story, and we actually became pretty good friends. So it was her, she came in to be a waitress, but she was pretty good looking, you know, like pretty fit. And I'm like, oh, fuck being a waitress. You know, you make more money as a dancer. And at Little Dumplings, like the license was cheaper. So it wasn't like San Diego, you had to pay $500. It was like 150 or something like that. But her first night, she's talking to this dude forever and kind of drinking with him a little bit. I'm like, called her over. I'm like, girl, you don't make money on the floor like that by talking and partying. You got to fucking do lap dances. You know what I mean? You got to tell them to do lap dances. So I didn't really run by the rules or nothing with this girl or whatever. So I told him to run a special. I think we did a 3 for 40, right? 3 for 40. Guy that she's sitting there with drinking for so long gets up, they go in the back. The dance starts. I kind of walk by it. This bitch is just going to town, sucking them off back there. You know, I'm like, oh, fuck, Your first dance, you're sucking dick. Like, is this girl professional? She come from somewhere else? Like, what the fuck?
Dan didn't properly prep her.
Yeah, so I actually waited till she was, finished.
Well, it'd been rude for both of that.
Hey.
You don't want to do that.
So I called her in the office.
He's already paid.
Right, I called her in the office, and I was like, please tell me you got paid for that. She's like, yeah, it was a 3 for 40, right? I'm like,
oh my God.
So you just suck dick for $40. She's like, well, that's my job, right? Like, I'm a stripper. I have to do what the guys ask me to do, right?
She sounds great.
And I'm like, oh, honey.
Yeah, do you have her number?
I'm like, no, not at all. You don't got to fucking, that's like a hoe shit. Like, you're a stripper, not a fucking prostitute. And she started crying. So I was like, wow, this bitch really didn't know that she didn't have to suck a dude's dick. Like, she didn't even put a condom on him, nothing.
But here's the thing. She went into that job, went with for the audition, interview, whatever, thinking that's what it was.
Yeah, absolutely. And she was pretty hot. That's why I was like, I got $40. No, I used to always kid around with her and say that shit. I'm like, can I get one of those $40 lap dances?
Shut up, Dan. Shut up, Dan.
But me not roasting her, like, I actually kind of felt bad, and I told her, I'm like, totally, no, girl, you're selling a fucking fantasy, and I know you're kind of buzzing because you were nervous and maybe because you had a little booze in you or whatever, but we actually became pretty good friends because I never really told nobody her story, so she didn't feel like she got blasted. She didn't feel like out of place, and I had another really hot stripper that was a soldier, like that because of me not roasting her. But I'm like, fuck, you sucked a dick for $40.
Now you just roasted her.
Condom, no condom, $40. But I always remember that shit. I was like, no, you don't have to suck dick, and she really believed she had to. That's kind of,
Thank you, pop culture,
right?
for teaching people that's actually what happened.
That guy, I told her, I was like, that dude's gonna tell that story the rest of his life. Like, I had this banging ass stripper that just drank with me for like 2 hours and sucked my dick for $40.
Totally.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
He might have became like a professional strip club connoisseur because of that.
Right.
I remember that.
I always remember his first.
And he's never been able to top that again. It just never happens again. It's usually the 80.
Yeah, and she was pretty hot too, man. Like, even to this day, that girl had a crazy story though. She got hit by a car and went through the windshield. Yeah, fucking broke her hip. Got all fucked up.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was down the road. That wasn't the same time.
No, I wouldn't imagine the same night.
Such a
dick
positive
for $40 and she get hit by a car.
Such a positive girl, though. I remember talking to her. There was a thing was in like San Francisco, and she's like, "Yeah, I had a little accident." And I kind of seen it online when it posted. I'm like, "Little fucking accident? What the hell? You went through like a window?" And I think in the news it said the guy was trying to get rid of her, like in the newspaper article, like he was really trying to call people to get rid of a girl in his car and shit. Like she went through the windshield and was on the floorboard of the passenger side.
Oh.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
I think it was St. Patrick's Day 2012. I don't know if that's actually true. Are women more horny when they're ovulating?
Why are you asking me?
Yeah, I was like, is that actually a true
think
thing?
so.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's supposedly
either that or we'll look stupid.
You
enough later
ovulate
on.
right before a period, right?
And that's usually in the middle of the cycle.
In the middle, yeah.
The middle.
Like when they're most fertile, but I don't know if they're actually more. I think they're hornier. But anyways, St. Patty's Day 2012. We were busy that night. We were busy, and a lot of girls came into work instead of going out to drink, which was nice.
Just drink at work.
I fell asleep in my
They
truck.
were fucked up, actually. Now that I remember that, they all were buzzed, and it was a holiday, so we were kind of letting it go because we were just happy to have them there. So they're all buzzed, and it just so happened it was the group of like the 20-something-year-old girls, and I think all these bitches had dumped their dudes at the same time. Like it was a weird time. Most of them were single. They were all in their 20s, and they were all buzzed. In walks throughout like the next hour. A majority of them were like every different national or ethnicity of like military guy walks in, and it was like I think I remember hearing from one of them later on that they planned it. They all went in like they had standard tight t-shirts or whatever. They're all in shape, but they all wore basketball shorts to enjoy the dances a bit more.
Sure, yeah.
And Victor was managing, and I remember I did a walkthrough through the booth, and that's where that came from. Where I was like, Cindy agreed that they are horny when they're ovulating. I was like, are all the fucking bitches ovulating right now? Because those were some of the dirtiest lap dances without actually being sex that I had ever seen. Like these girls were making sure those dicks were hard and were just hitting the clit on the right spot and riding like cowgirls. Like I remember teasing half of them because they had to go change their panties because they were wet afterwards. And I was like, y'all some slutty, horny bitches. Like,
yeah,
just never.
Well, and when
so
women
those
are
guys
around,
were lucky. They came in on the right day at the right time.
when they're around each other for long periods of time, they sync up. Their
Shark Week.
the whole thing syncs up, so they're going to ovulate at the same time. So probably,
and that was I knew that much, so that's why I was kind of like, are they all ovulating right now or something? To just like. I even had some of them like on top of me flirting and everything, and I wasn't complaining, but I was just like, y'all some horny bitches. Like,
I have a theory on when you
can't be
get
this
the
way
best
on
dances.
slow nights.
I have a theory about when you get the best dances. It's when fucking rent's due. Go the fucking last weekend before the end of the month, and you'll get the best lap dances you can get at a damn strip club because they all gotta compete. So you see girls show up that week just like fuck, I gotta pay rent. So they'll go the last weekend before the month, and they go there ready to fucking work. So that's a good rule of thumb. Go the last weekend of every month, and you'll probably see the most girls
buying cars and getting lap dances.
and the most girls and the most work that they're gonna do for your money for sure.
And that's why, like, most of the girls, especially this group of girls, like they're all my friends, but they were not the best work ethic strippers. These girls were mostly attractive, but there was a reason they were working with us instead of
Kyle, here's $20. Let me drink tonight.
Yeah, pretty much, and I would take it. But I just remember I was like, none of you girls are like getting tips off of this, and it was like, oh, the bitches are just as horny as the guys. If I hadn't been walking through there, that might have turned into an orgy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have stopped it. It was Victor managing. It wasn't my problem, but
Victor,
old Victor. So yeah, so me and Dan strip clubs with Wayne.
Yeah, buddy.
My dad was there, and Donald.
Yeah, fucking good times under the bridges. Until, of course, probably one by one, we all got fired along the way. I got fired.
$20, bro.
Fuck. Yeah, I got fired after I remodeled the whole fucking place. I painted the Deja Vu Club and fucking didn't ask permission. You're not supposed to paint a fucking corporate facility without asking, right? It does look better, though.
It does look better, though.
Oh, I built the VIP room at Little Dumplings. I fucking love that place. And they got fired over some dumb shit.
I got fired for a legitimate reason.
I was the first employee there when that place first opened back in '96. I loved that place like it was a second home, and I got fired over some dumb shit. I mean,
that was the first club I ever went to when I was a kid.
Cindy's
In high
Cindy's
school.
calling him out. Dan with the saw on Halloween.
the Sawzall, yeah. Almost killed Hunter.
Yeah. I was doing a lot of fucked up shit around there. That was the fun part about Little Dumplings. Sex show Saturdays.
I wish you would tip me better.
Yeah, we had them fucking on stage, man. It was great. Guys love that shit.
The blowjob competition back in the day, which we would use a dildo. A guy would win a raffle and wear the strap on. We didn't actually let the girls suck dick on stage. We would have if it was legal, but
they sucked dildos though, and
Yeah,
then slammed in each other's pussies. Yeah, that was beautiful. But no, they had a sawzall. That was the last time I actually ever drank at a club.
First,
I never got drunk again after that. That was scary shit.
First blowjob competition, I remember Jordan won. And when she went and started going, her technique, I remember she did a good job making a show of it. She grabbed some water, like she grabbed a customer's water and put the ice cubes in her mouth to, build up the show. When she started going, I remember there were like 3 of us male employees behind the bar, all of us kind of adjusting our dicks, like, oh, damn.
Oh, that's who I was watching in the VIP room, by the way, when I said earlier, oh, damn, she's really going to town. Yeah, it was that one. God bless her. She was a champ.
Okay, what was this? I'm in college right now. What's the best move to make on a chick at a frat?
Confidence.
There's not a lot of college guys in this group here.
I used to party like that and drink a bunch, and if you're really trying to think about it, I think anywhere, anytime, America, confidence gets girls. Not an arrogance confidence, but like a fun confident. Girls buy into that shit. All you kids are pussies nowadays that are young in college. Soft as shit. Being on the internet too long, don't know how to talk to nobody. Girls aren't used to guys coming up to them anymore. You know what I mean? So
so they run now.
And if you don't have like super confidence, try comedy.
Yeah,
get a girl laughing. You're still going to come off as confident, but just go with the comedy approach. Cindy enjoyed the walk down memory lane.
Oh. Little dumplings. Oh, Cindy's funny too. Hello there, by the way. I haven't seen her in a minute.
But yeah, guys, when he said pretty much confidence, make them laugh.
Yeah, and it's easy right now, man. No kids are really like talking to girls like that anymore. They ain't got no game really, so it's kind of, if you just find a girl not on Tinder, you're probably winning. Oh man, I actually met my chick by talking to her. It's like probably 10% of relationships right now.
Actually, too, it's hard to even say that because you're going to college, so hopefully you're doing something with it. For me, I'd be like, work a second job and just hire a bitch.
Right.
It's a lot less headache and it's more fun. But
when in doubt,
I
just
get
trade
it.
with them.
Yeah, if you want to go hunting. Coco's doing good. She's actually on vacation up in Georgia right now, doing like country shit with horses and stuff.
Yeah, doing that country shit.
Yeah, country. She was at a rodeo last night. So
she was at a rodeo last night.
Yeah. Sent me pictures ringside at a rodeo.
I missed the rodeo, sadly. I not that I was ever into that shit, but the Lakeside Rodeo was some fun shit. Like, watch go drunk hillbillies fucking try to kick each other and stuff.
Yeah, we went to the bull ride. Last time we went and watched the bulls. I don't think anybody made it to 8 seconds. I'm like, oh man, all these motherfuckers falling off quick as shit. Nobody made 8. Fuck.
But yeah, that's the advice. Be funny, be confident, or
do rodeo.
Yeah, talk about
guys that do rodeo for some reason.
Talk to her about a payment plan.
There you go. Yeah, a layaway. It's
Right.
Dude,
I get $20 a paycheck, and once a month maybe you come over.
No,
that's too little. But.
Yeah, but I get it. You going to college, it's a little harder. It's a
Sure.
little tough. So maybe you should enjoy kind of going out and hunting. But like once you get into the real world and you start working, then you got to worry about money. Like fucking grind, dude. Don't fucking waste time chasing pussy all the time. Like, just drain your bank account. Like you'll spend way less hiring a professional or hiring an amateur who wants to be a professional.
Right? Yeah. Give her that experience that she needs for her resume.
Or the best, especially if you're a younger guy in your early 20s, go for the single MILF mom. 30-year-old MILF mom. Oh, God, dude. They don't have time for bullshit. They don't have time to play around.
I know. You've preached this to me before.
Yeah.
That's like Kyle's cameo. Now check it out. Life of Balls, where Kyle fucks stepmoms. How's the greatest stepmom in the world doing today? Wonderful.
Blame Pornhub for that. Making me say that shit.
But yeah, dumplings towards the end, yeah. It kind of got bad at the end, but it was nice afterwards when I was done. That's why it's cool to be out here, man. And fucking after Little D's, when we're somewhere else and it's just the same old song and dance. Fucking go try help somebody build up their club and they just don't fucking appreciate it,
Right.
It's everybody just kind of forgets how it gets, it's not a magical formula. For me, it's kind of you just be a cool motherfucker.
I don't think.
And if you're a cool dude and girls want to work with you and you don't I don't press up on no girls. I don't do that shit. You got to pay me $40-$50 to even get a hug at the end of the night from me. Like I give high fives and shit. You know what I mean?
He totally does. He does.
Oh yeah, it's professional to me. You're here to make money, honey, and I'm here to be a pro. Either motivate, either to help you to make that money, to be here to slap somebody for you, whatever it takes. Like I'm on the strippers team, like 100%. So it'd be awesome to have our own team, our own brand, to where there's not a little fucking dork that's just being a dumb fuck. It's gonna be great. Like there's none of that in house, and no hater shit will just be fucking amazing, man. Anybody that's worked at strip clubs for a while, you always get a fucking hater. And for me, almost 20 years I've done it. Every club I've worked at, I get a fucking hater. And it's like, come on, dude. It's all because they want to be the man. I want to be the man. I want to be the man. Like, I don't give a fuck about being the man. I like when everybody wins. So it'd be a beautiful thing being out in Orlando here with Kyle Balls and Wayne Kane. You know, Balls is out here. And
I'm excited about the club, but I'm a little, there's a twinge in me that's a little bummed because I'm like, I'm sure it'll be fun. Sure there's gonna be a lot of good memories, sure the money's gonna be great, but it's like, damn, I have to be the responsible one now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's like I can't throw off the responsibility because it's not my club. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, let the girls do what they want or do this or do that. The other. I'm like, damn, now I can't do that.
You gotta run it straight.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll admit to anybody who you know knew me back then, who's watching this on now, like, dude, when you worked in the strip club, it was just like it was free pussy all the time. Like you get laid all the time. Fucking your fellow coworkers or independent contractors was great. But now, like, once you're the owner,
you mean the entertainers?
Yeah, none of that. Yeah,
well, I think a lot of owners miss that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's their biggest opportunity. Like, I'm the fucking owner now. You want to lick my balls, bitch?
Right,
like that's how it is. It's just all these guys. I think a lot of them do have clubs just to pull ass.
Right.
Like, I didn't fuck enough bitches in high school, so now I got a little power on these whores as they get older, and I'm gonna be the king, big swinging dick, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah, Dan lives in Orlando now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that, I mean, like I said, I'm excited. I'm sure we're still gonna have some fun memories, but you know, I have to maintain a little bit of distance from my staff because you know I gotta fire one of them or something. So,
yeah, good cop, bad cop. I'll be the nice guy. Cop, I'll be the dickhead.
Great.
You know.
Right.
We don't play that game.
Yeah.
You know, I like building teams, though. I like when people enjoy going to work. I've kind of said it a whole bunch of times to where it's, you know, I want everybody's why to be the same, why they're there. We're all there to make money and not fucking have to deal with bullshit employees or bullshit little games. Just come here, look pretty, be the fantasy you're supposed to be, make the money you're supposed to make, and we'll help you do it in any way, you know?
You know, I will say this, though, out of almost 10 years of working in strip clubs, I never had a day I didn't want to go to work.
Yeah.
Like, it was always fun. I mean, yeah, if you're sick or, you know, if you're under investigation by corporate for an assault or something like that, yeah, it wasn't great.
Well, it was that.
It wasn't fun. But like the average day-to-day grind of a strip club, it's a fucking party every day. Yeah. And that doesn't necessarily mean drinking or whatever. It's just like, yeah, it's fun.
I'm going to say, though, I have had that, but it was in Pennsylvania, at the Diamond Club, man. There were days where I was just like,
that sounded pretty toxic.
Yeah, there was times where I fucking argued with some bosses. At your
last club too, at Expo, I'm sure that felt the same way. Like you're going to work with that toxicity level, but it was the advantage of having the unorganized structure of deja vu.
The dissociation from.
The only drain for me at the last place I was at is
Lucky
the fact
Devil,
that fucking. The employees would always bitch. And it's like that movie, The Green Mile, where you fucking suck in all the negativity or the cancers or whatever, and he spits out all the bees. And he's like, I'm tired, boss. I'm going to sleep, you know? At the end of the day, it'd just be draining as fuck, sucking out all the negative energy out of people. You know what I mean? It's like the second I get to work, I don't want to fucking be here. This fucking... And then the boss walks in, and more people are bitching, and you see him kiss their ass, and employees will kiss his ass. It was just the most fake atmosphere I've ever kind of been like really in the middle of, and that's one of the biggest things out here for me that is so freeing is I don't have to be fake to nobody. If I don't like nobody, fuck you, bro, get the fuck out. If you don't like me, I don't have to put on a fake show for nobody, not for my job, not for my family, not for my life, and it feels fucking amazing, you know.
Really quick, Sheena was here a few days ago, or no, last week. Sheena was here. We shot last week, so more stuff coming with her soon.
Yeah.
Any
little dead air while we all read this guy's fucking question.
Tricks,
It's the same guy who's asking about a question in a
fucking
frat because
your eyes are great if you can read that. I can't fucking see that shit.
I have it here.
Oh,
yeah,
you guys
he's
both have
reading
it.
it on his too. But still,
I'm watching the live, so I could.
So he's asking us how to break the ice with a girl at a party.
Make her smile, dude. Kyle said it earlier.
Yeah,
Make her
you walk
chuckle
up. Here's what you do: you walk up and you go, "Hey."
Yeah.
What's up, girl?
I think that was
Shit.
Jack Harlow's move like
What's
a
up,
year or
girl?
two ago in an interview. Like, what's your pickup line? He's like, hey.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey. Gosh. Try that. It's a pretty.
Just the attempt. You lose 100% of the chances you don't take.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah,
remember
absolutely.
that.
That's
Not
be
saying
positive.
anything.
Positive energy, people.
Yeah, not saying anything, you're going to lose every time. Even if you tell a girl, hey, I got no fucking pickup line, but you're hot as shit. Are you accounted for? You know? What's the worst that could happen?
Now, if you got the balls to do that, that would probably 100% work.
Yeah.
There's stuff like you can, after you got the conversation going for a minute or something like that, you can go like, well, honestly, I had to come over here. I saw you walk in earlier, and I looked at you. You're gorgeous, and I tripped over my own 2 feet because I wasn't watching where I was going. Oh, you tell her that, have her blushing and smiling in a heartbeat, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, but also too, some guys do this, and I'm not trying to hate on your confidence, but be realistic.
Yeah. Don't be a sip.
No,
no.
not
A sip.
Simp.
With
But
her shoulders in.
Nah, not so much that. I just mean like, if you consider yourself like a 5 or 6, maybe a 7.
Don't go for the 10.
Yeah, don't fucking embarrass yourself or whatever, bro. Like, stay within the realm of what you could get. I'm not saying don't ever swing for the fences, but just keep that in mind. If you go for the swing for the fences right away and you get your get shot down, it's going to kill your confidence.
He's telling you to practice on some ugly bitches. Get your confidence
Like,
up.
absolutely. You find a fat bitch. You know
Go
it's a sure
practice
thing.
with some 4s or something, or go pay for some shit.
I never fucked a
Get your
10,
game
but
right.
one night I fucked 5 2s.
Ooh. God, I've been spoiled with that shit.
Yeah, no, that is true
we
with
all
the strip
have.
clubs,
Jesus
dude. Like,
fuck.
we have fucked hotter girls than we ever deserve to.
Man, and me and Kyle
God.
talk about if you're a dude at a strip club that slapped a dude or punched a dude, oh man, makes it super easy. If a girl thinks you'll defend him or you will defend him and you did defend him or whatever, girls love to be protected, man. You can't be a fucking soft bitch. You want a girl to really respect you, you got to fucking,
Welcome to the open interview for House of Hotties. Conducted
House of
via
Hotties
Instagram.
going down soon in Orlando. Fucking the House of Hotties. Yes, sir. Come out with some naughty hotties. Yeah, buddy.
Dude, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Excited.
I know I said it earlier, but I literally, for all you people that if you even care that, who's this Dan fucker coming out here with Kyle that they bring it up a few times that I listen to, I love me some strippers. And I think we're going to change the game.
He's the stripper messiah.
Yeah, wears the shirt and everything.
Kali Ma
Stripper.
Shumpty Day.
Yeah, we're going to get him to drink some Kool-Aid
You
in
got
a good
Wayne
way.
saying it. You got Wayne saying it.
Yes. That's a little joke, drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm a fucking extremely positive person. Like, I try to look at everything positive. I wake up fucking happy. It's the only way to live. If anybody out there is not living that way, you need to fucking check yourself. Like, every day you get another day to live, you should be blessed. Every day you get to do something. The best things in life are free, Like, just out here being with my kids, enjoying the sun. Grass has made me happy being in Florida. Like, holy shit, there's grass everywhere. This is fucking awesome.
There's water everywhere too. I keep saying, they're trying to tell my friends out. That's like, what's it? You're getting fines for using too much water. It's everywhere here.
Ponds, lakes. Yeah.
There's some on the corner. You need some? I'll bottle it. Send it to you.
So I get this question a lot, like the top 3 performers I've worked with or top 5. I'm friends with most of the porn stars you guys see me work with on the regular. So I would never really try and rank them. Obviously, top 1 is the one I married. So she's going to get number 1 spot. But after that, you guys can tell. Like, there's girls that show up on there pretty regularly, and it's obviously because I love working with them and they're good at what they do. Girls that you may have only seen once, you can probably assume I didn't enjoy working with them. So that's kind of where I got to leave that to not hurt anybody's feelings. Who's beside you?
How vanilla.
Dirty Dan.
Someone hasn't been here very long.
Yeah. He is from India.
He is from India, yes.
He's from India.
What time is it in India? Is it like 6 in the morning? I wasn't actually expecting an answer, so let's not sit here and quietly wait for him to say anything. Virginity is based, right? Should I keep it?
Virginity is...
All right. I think it's time you get cut off. Call the bartender. Tell him no more for you, Connor.
Yeah. Virginity is based? What am I...
I don't know what he's saying.
Okay.
What's your wife's name? Jesus. No, it's not Jesus, but what the fuck?
That'd be pretty.
Coco
It's,
Vandy.
I think a lot of people think it's where's Coco.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are trying to answer to the live shit right there.
Yeah, just I mean, if they're actually going to ask questions, I'll answer back. But
Virginity is not fun. Go get your dick sucked.
should I keep it? Like, I
No.
don't know. Ask God.
It's not that special anymore because you trying to find a chance of finding a girl that's a fucking virgin. Good luck. If they do say they're a virgin, probably lying.
Unless they're ugly as fuck. Even then, though, I mean, you're right.
Even then, there's those late night moped missions that some guys like, oh, I'll fucking hit it. Nobody's gonna see me. Fuck it.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I was that guy once.
Yeah, I think we've all been gone down that street once where it's
trade
been like,
weed with fucking Craigslist or fucking what was the other one?
Backpage.
Yeah, Backpage. But yeah,
Not that I know from experience. I just remember the commercials.
Yeah.
When you have too much weed and you need to get rid
But
of
you
it.
remember the commercials? There were Backpage commercials?
Don't fucking focus on it, Wayne.
Okay. Don't look into that.
Yeah. Shh. Hush now. Hush.
That
Hush.
was a talent pool from when I first started.
It was 2008. It was rough times.
Backpage. Hey, honey, you want to be in a lot
Dude,
of balls?
I remember between the Tijuana whorehouses that were 5 miles south of us to Backpage and Craigslist. Like people didn't realize that. Like I don't know what I think I'd heard rumors that at the time for a while in San Diego the Vice Squad had been like kind of shrunk due to budget issues. So there was like a couple of years there where prostitution was basically legal in San Diego.
Yeah.
Like they weren't doing stings except for like the big headline getters where they'd have like hookers walking corners, trying, undercover cops playing hookers trying to get you, but like they weren't doing anything for the internet.
Yeah.
And so it was tough there for strip clubs for a minute because it's like you could either go to Tijuana and buy 3 for $60 or, $200 at a hotel in San Diego. And some of them were a little rough, but, $400 or $500 get you.
You would tease them.
Yeah, they get you something nice. And
Fuck, that's a lot. That's like 3 of them.
But then they come into, but that's what I was saying. It was hard for strip clubs because then they come into the strip club and it's like pay $800 and,
Right.
you get grinded on and that's it.
Yeah.
So-
I never got that, I love my chick and all, but if I was going to pay for something, I'm going to pay to fuck. I ain't going to pay to get teased. Like shit.
Hence why it was.
I never got that either. And like,
Fuck.
but the strip club game is my heart. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah.
where I belong. But I never got it. I've never been that guy who's like, yeah, just dance on me and that's all I want. Like, no,
I can admit, like when I was 18,
not even
like
then.
when I was
dude,
first 18, it was because it was a small town, conservative town in Michigan. Like,
Yeah, I was going to say he's from
sex
Michigan.
alone was difficult to find. So
Sure.
that was like the closest you were going to get to a tit.
I remember getting hand jobs under the table at 18 at little TJ strip clubs. You know,
Right.
like play with their dick under the table. That was awesome.
Like had we had that, it might have been a different thing. Have you tried to get Emily Wills? I don't know who that is, so I'm going to say no. I mean, there's a lot of girls out there. I don't know who they are though. So
Emily Willis.
is.
What you talk about Emily Willis? That's hard to say.
Consent required. My school has been pushing. I sure, yeah,
Yes.
don't, yeah. Well,
Always get consent.
what is, it's
Oh, the more enthusiastic, the better.
Fucking weirdo. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's time Connor doesn't talk anymore.
Yeah, Connor,
Connor's-
that's coming off as a bit creepy, bro. And if you're still a virgin, just go hire someone, man.
Yeah.
Keep the gun unloaded. Like,
Connor.
Connor is asking some scary questions.
Maybe he's the plunger guy.
No,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's too young to be the puncher guy. I don't even think.
Dating advice from a porn producer and a strip
Why,
club
yeah,
bouncer.
what-
Yeah. I'm a rough one to get advice from because I'll.
funny, we haven't
partied for a
gotten
long
the,
time.
We haven't gotten the guy at the bus in who here saying, "What are you asking him for, man? He just pays for all those girls." Like, yeah.
Oh, a guy in the comments.
Somebody usually will say some shit like that. Yeah.
In the
Man,
end,
alcohol. They're
Let's
talking-
see who's happier. That's always kind of my thing whenever I hear shit about that.
I'm pretty happy. I don't have to. I'm old now though. When I was younger, it's a different story. But now I like fucking being set with the family and my kids. But I do gotta. I'm blessed to have a chick that still can wear a 2-piece bathing suit after 4 kids. Could be a lot worse for me. I could have a fat bitch that's fucking miserable, stretch marks all over the place. That sucks. Not that there's anything wrong with you
Not that
moms
there's anything
that have
wrong with
that.
that.
There's nothing wrong. But when it's everyday in-house pussy for the rest of your life, it is a lot better to have a 120-pound chick than a 220-pound chick. That's just facts.
Sorry, I was just thinking about it as, hookers and hiring girls and just how many strippers over the years. Like, I would never suck dick for money. Bitch, you suck my dick for 2 grams of coke. You could have just paid me the $80.
You suck my dick in exchange in lieu of a tip. Instead of tipping me, you suck my cock. And look,
yes, amen. I gave you a ride home. You know,
that's
you lick my
the same
balls.
fucking thing.
Amen. That's why I love strippers.
I bought you a pizza. You lick my asshole.
Oh, whoa.
Fucking same thing.
Damn, you went straight to toss that sound. That reminds me. That just totally reminds me. So I was telling this on the way up to Gainesville. So I didn't kind of fathom or realize that I texted you that my dick is perfect for anal, right?
Oh, you didn't?
No. So I remember you asked me, why did you text me this?
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know if I'm a stoner, I just thought of it. Like when I was at my house, I was like, I text him, my dick is perfect for anal out of nowhere. Like after that was said, like, what the fuck is Dan texting me that shit for? You know what I mean? I didn't even fathom that, so I got a good chuckle to myself. I'm like, what is Wayne
I don't know what he's
thinking?
trying
Like,
to say here.
what the hell did he just fucking text me that? That's weird.
I thought you
sent it to me like to save it, like so you know.
Yeah,
without
that's what
you know.
it was. That's what it was. But I was thinking, I was like, what the fuck did it? You know, if somebody didn't realize what I was going to send them, like, oh, what did you send me that for? Yeah, I gotta learn how to do the notes on the fucking my phone. You know?
Yeah, you do.
Because I'll a lot of times just do it in the top, you know, and just So yeah, good to be here in Orlando. I'll be here for a while. I plan on staying a minute. You know, living a little utopia. It's awesome to go from Kyle's beautiful neighborhood to my neighborhood and
his beautiful neighborhood too. I mean, we both
fucking
both live in
Spoiled
2 super nice
right
areas
now.
of Orlando.
That's why having a club of positivity. You know, I know it sounds fucking. Yeah, strippers. You're gonna go try to make a team with strippers. You're fucking retarded. Nah,
You doing me right now?
No.
Yeah, what character is that?
Nobody fucking believes it. Everybody, you know, nobody thinks that you can actually have a happy teamed house of dancers, but I believe it. Absolutely. When you treat them good and you positive vibes and keep all the cancers out, yeah, I believe it's going to be a different type of brand.
Or as you used to call them, I was thinking about this today because I said this when I first got to Pennsylvania. They used to have girls that just doing dollar dances on the floor. Just dollar dances. Just the guys would just, not even like dollar dances how you picture them. All they're doing is shaking their ass on this guy while he sits there and just flings hundreds of dollars on her. What do I get out of that? Nothing. They're not doing dances because these girls are making $300-400 a night doing this, right?
You get in the back and you grind that fucking cock.
I took your cue and I was like, we need to get rid of these fucking crumb bums.
Crumb bums.
These bitches are just walking around picking up the fucking crumbs off the floor. Get rid of them, get them out so that I can make some money too.
Crumb bums and fruit flies. Fruit flies. Fruit flies.
Which is pretty much all we saw at like fucking the biggest club in Orlando.
Fruit flies?
No, just
the
fucking
crumb bums.
shaking their ass for that one guy.
For $1?
So tacky as fuck. Everybody on their phones at clubs. Like that is the worst.
The 3 of us sitting together when that one guy, he had 2 hot girls grinding on him, but he tries to look like a baller and throws up $7.
Oh yeah,
Right, yeah.
like whoa.
Like had the serious look on his face.
He was dancing and shit. Looked like he was about to throw some hundreds. And it's like, what is that? $4, bro?
Yeah.
A little flutter. You're like, what the fuck? Did you pick that up off the floor that you just threw earlier? I mean, yeah, that was funny.
And the girls scampering for it too.
Yeah.
It was just ridiculous.
None of them look happy. That's why I can't wait to actually have a club that if you're a patron and you walk in, you will notice the difference of the atmosphere of anything that we're part of. Absolutely. It's going to be a totally different atmosphere. You're going to walk in and be like, fuck, people look like they actually want to be here. That's awesome. Most of the time you walk into a strip club and the door guy looks like a fucking dick, like he's OG cool guy fucking. Dude, you make minimum wage and probably $40 at this shitty ass club, bro. Stop acting like you're that cool. And you got managers with girls on their laps or on their phone or non-present. There's 3 people in your club, manager, and you haven't even said fucking hello or nothing. Like, come on, dude.
If you really want to suck the joy out of going to a strip club, go to a strip club with 3 or 4 veteran employees.
Yeah.
And watch them
Watch
just
us
pick the
pick it
club
apart.
apart. Like, they're not enjoying it at all. Or just, what is this bitch doing?
Yeah,
What is
what
that
are we
manager
doing?
doing?
What
Look at
the-
that fucking bartender's not doing shit. Did we just get ripped off?
Fuck, phones drive me nuts. You walk in, you see all these motherfuckers on their phone. That's so tacky. So tacky.
And I, not that guys don't have this problem. I get it. Women get hit on and flirted with constantly, and when you're not in the mood for it, I get you don't want to deal with it. But all the clubs around here go with the door girl angle at a lot of places, and it's like every time we go there, it's like the door girl, like, okay, so no makeup today with the glasses, hair in a bun.
Fuck.
And just in a
on their phone.
dog shit mood when you walk in there. Probably because, drunk guys bugging them constantly, not listening. I get it. I was a door guy for a long time. I can still do the deja vu spiel.
Yeah.
I can still do it because how many times I had to do it. But just shit like that, it's like, well, this feels like it's going to be a fun spot with the rude bitch at the front door.
Man, and then you walk in and you see a sea of bitches just pop up over their phone for a second and then right back into their phone.
Mine.
Man,
Mine.
right? What happened to the greet
No, it's the
somebody?
meerkats.
Or have a fucking,
Yeah.
like a host that walks you around. Hey, have you never been here before? Well, let me fucking show you around. It's going to be a great place. You're going to have a great fucking time.
Fun to walk into a club and not know if you're getting change from a stripper or a waitress. Hoping it's a waitress who brings your change back.
Oh, yeah.
If it's a stripper who pockets it.
I used a lot of quotes at the lab place. I would always tell people, welcome to the Pussy Palace, but we'd call it Pussy and Pepsi. You guys have alcohol? Nope. We got the finest Pepsi and Pussy, motherfucker. They're like, oh, man, Pepsi and
All
Pussy.
the bottomless sodas you can handle.
Yeah.
Enjoy that sugar rush, boys.
Yeah.
Best Pepsi and fucking
You really
20
think
bucks.
you're going to drink your $10 worth? Go ahead and try.
It's going to be crazy with the cell phones, and not just breaking the employees of it. We came up in a time when, Wayne was before my time, obviously, but still, cell phones had become a thing. You had to worry about girls' pictures being taken, and so pretty much throughout my entire strip club career, we were like chasing cell phones all the time. Put your phone away. Put your phone away. Can't have your phone out of the club. Put your phone away. And now, like, we just go in there and it's like.
Unless they're blatantly filming.
Yeah, unless
you
the
don't really
guy's
say anything
filming,
anymore.
like, nobody really seemed to care. And even then, I watched a guy film a girl on stage for a while before someone came over, and then they realized that it was the girl's phone, and she had asked the customer to film her stage show for her, probably for her
Which she
OnlyFans.
should have said something to somebody about.
Yeah, but it was just like how long he filmed for before somebody was like, we probably should do something about that. Like, I probably should go over and say something to him. So that's kind of going to be a weird, different dynamic for that was like half my job for the first 5 years in the club was just, hey, put your phone away. Mm-hmm. Put your phone
They
away.
still do it. I mean, there's some clubs that have model release forms that basically every girl's on contract to be on fucking any film possible.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't really want that. I think only for us and in-house shit, and then everybody else, you got to pay for that, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I mean that first place they were so strict on us at the Midway Deja Vu. It was like if
No,
that
don't
phone
fight 'em
came out
over
your
it, like-
pocket, we were on top of you going to put it away.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like hell, I went to the club and I never filmed anybody, but it was like it was phone face down, and every 5 minutes doing what we all do, pick it up and check it, and then put it back down, and that alone would have gotten you yelled at.
Yeah, no pictures, no videos, and then we're good. You can use your phone, just don't fucking, you got to pay for that. Get the girls paid. If you want a picture or something, fucking pay her.
Yeah,
Or if
we
you're
used to
getting
have
tagged,
cameras.
if you're tagging the establishment, I'll have a little spot up front where you can tag the establishment. I'm at the fucking house of Hottie, but we'll throw in a little girl for you.
Yeah, we
Hell
put up one of those little, what do you call it, the red carpet background thing like Kyle has.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Fucking
The
A.
backdrop.
Absolutely. All that little shit counts, man. A lot of people be
Wonder
paying
if we could
attention.
probably
to the
build a permanent one.
Yeah, we had one at
least-
Dreamgirls in Pennsylvania. We had one at the very front of the door where you could
Wheel
walk
out,
in, you
wheel
just
back
take
in.
a picture in front of it, and it looks like it's got deja
the
vu and all
premiere
this.
I
shit.
think if
backdrop.
you tag the club, tag your shit, you get $10 off, whatever.
Yeah, kind of like they had when we were at FetishCon, when we got leave that thing permanently set up all week, so it looks like you're on a red carpet.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Well, that's
All
the
that-
dream. That's the plan.
It's
So
going down.
yeah,
Dream.
This
It's
is
gonna
gonna-
be reality. Yeah. It's
Through
not
the
a,
last-
there we go. Like that one thing I sent you. It's not a dream. It's a plan.
right,
Right.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, this is Dan. You're gonna see him in all the stuff these days. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Just,
I'll talk more shit. I just got to get stoned. They kind of said, let's just come in here and, we'll shoot the shit on why Dan's out here. I'm tan as fuck. I've been here for a little bit. Look at the difference in the color.
Yeah,
Those morning walks, I'm getting fucking, I look like a Floridian for sure now. I'm like a pillar in my community. Hey, Tina. Hey, Iblob or whatever his name is, or all the
You
old
got
ladies
friends
walking.
now?
Yeah, we all wave. You can tell.
Sure.
Some are power walkers. There's an old lady that actually cruises in her motor scooter and shit. She's out there every day. There's one dude that fucking must be training for a marathon or something. He's out there for hours.
Yeah, you told us about it.
Hours.
damn.
Saw him at 6, saw him at
Man,
9. Like,
yeah, hours he's out there just not really running fast, but he's on a slow jog that you're like, fuck, dude. Yeah, hours.
go to work.
Something. Well, I don't go to work anymore, but that is another beautiful thing. When you're not stressed out and like you got to set your goals. If people are out there and you listen to this shit, I know you ain't looking for motivation from a fucking porn dude.
Get his Wes Watson on right now.
No, but you got to have goals in life. If you don't fucking know where you're going, you're going to go nowhere. It's like jumping in your car. If you get in your car and you don't have a destination, what are you going to do? Fucking sit in your car? You going to drive around and do nothing? That's life. You got to get in that motherfucker and know where you're going, you know? So being out here has been awesome. I kind of dreamed about being in Florida for so long. It's like kind of surreal to be out here and, you know, sold my house. I actually got a nice house out here, being next to Kyle, Wayne, and fucking even in this podcast room, you know? I talked about it for a while.
Living the dream, baby.
Here.
Yeah.
That's a dream. We're gonna do it.
Dream Factory, baby.
We are for anybody who's watching later on and on the live. What we're trying to do is we're gonna try and get that club up and running, and then basically hire a whole second team. Might be one guy, might be 5 guys. I don't know. And film almost a reality show.
Yeah,
at the club. You know, so we'll probably still have Life of Balls going. We'll have the podcast going, but we'll probably have a second YouTube channel we're promoting soon. That's going to be, you know,
the Naughty Hotties.
Yeah, I also think we should do a podcast that's club based.
Yeah, we'll bring the girls out for sure. Some young little hotties.
We had a club. We're actually getting a podcast room fucking built in there.
Oh, like a stripper Jeopardy or something. You know, just kind of funny videos.
Yes. Oh my god, dude. We're gonna be we'll be the next Howard Stern.
Oh, dude. Yes, absolutely. Get some fun chicks that want to do some fun shit. That's why I always hated when you get certain strippers and you try to get them to go on a promo. They're like, but when you get fucking girls that
well
actually,
said, Dan.
yeah, you know, they show up a half hour late and fucking. So to actually have girls that want to be part of a brand and fucking, you know, hey, you may not be making money doing this, but if that video gets 100,000 views, you're gonna get all that advertising for you as an entertainer, you know, as a fucking fantasy. So.
Yeah. Those girls will figure it out. And there's also too, you start filming a reality show, there's so many women at my age and younger who grew up on reality TV who are going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Being able to kind of be their own version of reality TV. When start doing that. So
I think being able to work for some dudes that aren't going to jack them, ain't going to dick them in a certain way. You know what I mean? Just nope. I want you to.
No dicking.
No dicking.
No dicking
in a certain
I'm too
way.
old, and I don't like taking those dick pills. They make me have a headache and feel like shit. So we're past all that. You know, it's about helping out these youngsters, and I feel if we have a pure heart to help the next round of people get to where they need to be, we'll be taken care of. You know,
Word.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's a spot. We know who Dan is. You guys are going to see more of him. We got a lot more things coming. Kind of excited for anybody who's watched it this far. Thank you. Wayne, is there anything else we need to say before we go?
Yep.
Oh, well, besides that, other than that?
No.
Okay. All right, guys. Balls out.
Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.